It's official, AEW now has the rated R superstar Adam Copeland. This was a huge surprise at WrestleDream. We're going to talk about this and what it could mean for 2K24's roster, because with all of the releases and what's been going on, this roster is starting to feel like it's got some problems. Adam Copeland, or formerly known as Edge in WWE, his contract expired with WWE as of October 1st, and we just saw him show up at WrestleDream, the most recent AEW pay-per-view, where he confronted Christian in the ring when they were going to do a concerto, and it didn't happen. It was foiled by the debut of Adam Copeland. We got rated R superstar Adam Copeland. The rated R era is now here. But comment below, what do you think about Edge or Adam Copeland showing up in AEW? Were you excited for it? Felt like there was enough rumblings like this could happen. A match against Christian is exactly what I want. And by all the reports, Adam Copeland is going to be working full time with AEW. This can set up a ton of dream matches. The first thing I have a question about is, could we see Adam Copeland in AEW Fight Forever? Now hang on a second, because I know we need way more fixes and updates and tweaks to Fight Forever before we even talk about more wrestlers being added to the game. But if you are AEW and AEW Games and THQ, you gotta look at this as a massive opportunity to be able to get a former WWE legend superstar as big as Edge was and is, to be able to get him in Fight Forever. Get him scanned, get him in there, add it as a future DLC pack for a season 2. It would bring a lot of players in, and I really do believe it would do a lot to service players that are looking for more additions to the roster, on top of other wrestlers that we need added in, like Jamie Hayter, Saraya, The Acclaimed. We need all of this, but if you headline it with Adam Copeland, I think that's a big win. And once again, don't get me wrong, the game needs fixes to the pins, the reversals, it needs more match types, it needs so much more love and care and attention than just to super shoot in Adam Copeland into the game and that fixes all the problems. It does not. But we can hope that if they did get Edge, Adam Copeland into the game, it could mean a lot for players, and maybe it would set them on the right path to getting more things fixed too, all kind of happening at the same time. But what about 2K24? It's actually coming up sooner rather than later. We got the game releasing probably in early March like we got with 22 and 23, but with AEW signing Adam Copeland, it kind of feels like he's out of 2K. Now, unless Edge has signed a Legends deal and has something similar to that of like a Jake the Snake Roberts, who we have seen in the WWE games, and he has shown up in other games over the past couple of years, even though he works for AEW, there's still a potential we could see him there. The first thing though is, with all of this Edge, Adam Copeland, AEW stuff, probably means that we don't get him as the showcase star or the cover star for the next game. I actually felt like Edge would have been a shoo-in to be the showcase star and the cover star. His big return at the Royal Rumble, coming back from neck surgery, the matches he has had, you could have mined from his entire singles run in WWE. It was 25 years of Edge. Like, there's a lot you could do despite not being able to really pull from his tag team career. So I really thought that Edge was going to be the showcase star. So guys, let me know in the comments, do you think that it's going to come down to like Randy Orton, Triple H, Undertaker, or somebody else that we're not thinking about? The Rock, potentially? I gotta wonder, because Edge really felt like he was perfect to be the showcase star. Now with the contract situation, it really doesn't feel like he's going to be in 2K24. And this is going to be the first time that we haven't had Edge in like a WWE game in forever. So it's going to be weird not to have him. There's a lot of fans of Edge. I like being able to play as him in the game. I go to Community Creations and I get Christian. It was a lot of fun. But I have a hunch we're not going to see him in 2K24. WWE has completely removed him from everything on their website. The opening signature of the show, everything is removed. He's now in the alumni section. So I really don't feel like WWE is going to have this happen. We saw last year with 2K23 when a number of releases in a shorter window got taken out and they were removed from the game. Keith Lee, Adam Cole, Bray Wyatt, they were not in last year's game. And so if WWE really doesn't want somebody to be in the video game, they can take them out, even up to like close last minute situation. But we have such a long time before the game does come out, Edge is likely not going to be in there for 24. But here is some hope for all of this. Number one, we probably will still see all of the assets for him in 2K24. What I mean is crowd signs, the actual entrance motion, title motion, tag team entrance motion with Lita, all of that is probably going to be in the game. His music obviously wouldn't be in there, but all the motion and details could be, and we could see the likes of What's the Status pull him from My Faction, maybe have him as hidden models, because those that get released, a lot of the assets still remain in the game. This could also end up being the case for the likes of Bray Wyatt, and the reason why I say that is because if the Rotunda family doesn't want him to appear in the future games, then they may not add him in. We already saw this with the toy line with Mattel, that the Rotunda family didn't want him in the next wave, next series of figures that are supposed to be released, so he's been removed from that. This could end up being the case for Wyatt. I really hope it's not, and that they want to be able to express their joy and love of wrestling and showcase him in the game. Maybe give us like a actual showcase cover, a special edition, something like that, much like what they did on the NBA 2K side with Kobe. I'd love for them to do that with Wyatt and include him in the game, but we have to wait and see. Other wrestlers that have recently been released by WWE are most likely not in the game too, from the likes of Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, Elias. There's so much time until the game comes out that they are definitely not going to be in there, but the bright side is that we could still end up seeing their likeness, their crowd signs, their motions, templates, those things being in the game, and that should be okay for creations. And if you are looking for this edge that we just showed off here today, Status has put this one together in record-breaking time, so you can go ahead and download this from Community Creations. The hashtag you want to use is AEW Edge 23 to be able to locate him. Use that as the first hashtag, or search by What's the Status to be able to find it across all platforms and consoles. So the roster could be in big trouble when it comes to 2K24, but there are a lot of wish list items and fixes that players are hoping to see in that game, and if you want to hear about that, click this video right here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.